Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the Fantasy Rugby Yanks. My name's Jared Dyke.
I'm Ben Glauser.
Let's roll in. Plenty of matches, but then on the back end of this thing, it's actually not so bad.
No, it's going to be a relatively quiet weekend. Only 7 matches.
Yeah.
Or no, 6, I guess.
Well, 6 for our purposes, but 7
right.
to really note, probably. Yeah.
But yeah, and I guess there's one match that could be, I don't know how interesting it's going to be. So
we'll see.
Not much to talk about there.
Nothing to go on there.
One match in the competition. What the hell's that?
You know, there's an MLR match going on like right now.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why they did that, honestly.
Lame.
Yeah, it's the Gil Christie's teams. Yeah.
Oh, the Gills. I hate those.
No, it doesn't kick off for another hour. Never mind. I lied.
Well, fair, but still, it's a fucking Wednesday. Who plays rugby on a Wednesday?
Apparently they do.
All right. Well, whatever. Fuck them.
Well, that's how that goes. Let's drink.
Fuck yeah.
Find us where you get your favorite podcast. Download, rate, review. Let us know where you found us and how you found us and all that good stuff. And please let us know what you think. If you think we suck, we want to hear it. And I'm not kidding when I say that.
Yeah. If there's something we're doing that you don't like or that we're not doing that you would like, let us know.
Maybe the latter.
For anything. Yeah,
maybe the latter on that one for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As always, make sure that you check out our buddy, the Fantasy Rugby Geek, especially those of you that are in Champions Cup finals this weekend. Probably a couple of good tips to pick up on that one. You don't want to go losing that final once you get there, right?
Pro tip: if somebody's in the lineup, just play them.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. That's why we're not doing start sit for the Champions Cup final. Because it's really, if they're playing, even if they're on the bench, like if you have a problem where you have somebody that you could sit or could start, then cool, ask us. We'll figure that out. But other than that, really, like if you've gotten to that point, fuck you.
Know what,
I hate you.
Exactly. No, you're not getting any advice from me. Fuck that. You're in the finals and you have a full lineup and you're wondering who to start. No. You don't need our help. You're winning.
Yeah, that's probably true. We'll mess it up more than anything.
Right. Well, you're winning. You're like, who does your opponent have? Maybe like 1 or 2 players tops. You're winning.
Probably, more than likely. But yeah, so should be interesting just the same. So buy him a coffee, especially for those of you that are coming in on the run-in as well to the champions, to the Premiership finals here coming up here. And again, TRM upgrades, grab them. I wonder if Ed will be nice and let some carry over to next year at this point. You might. Either way, it's worth supporting the RPA. So
it is.
Do that thing, as always. Black Lives Matter with us, and as always, and there's no room for racism. Unfortunately, Albert Tuisui was the recipient of some pretty nasty stuff.
What the fuck?
Like, come on, man. What is wrong with you people? Like, just because I wasn't quite sure the context. Is because they won? Is it because they lost or whatever it was? But like, it doesn't matter. Honestly, it really doesn't.
No, it's because someone has problems. That's really what it is. Because there's no need for it at all. Like, there's no need for abuse of players anyway. Period. But like when you do that, and you include racism, there's something wrong with you at this point. You're looking for attention. You're trying to be like a huge asshole.
Huge.
Just because you are. That's sad, but. So I almost feel bad for obviously I feel fucking terrible for Albert, and that's something he should never have to deal with. But I do have a certain amount of fucking pity for someone who's that fucking broken that's what they need to do. Not much, but a
little bit, a tiny bit.
It's more of a fuck you, dude. Come on, let's grow up,
please. God damn, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
it's been reported to the police, and they're working on it. So.
You gotta love Albert Tuisui. That fucking beard is glorious, and
it's a hell of a beard.
He's been playing really well. So fucking, he shouldn't be getting abuse at all.
No, we should not.
No. I'm one of the chief people who would tell you that is not a huge fan of Tuisui in general. As far just as a player, I don't think he's all that great shakes. But he's played very well lately. So I can't knock any of his game in the last couple of weeks. So what are you doing knocking him? Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Yep. No,
Why am I
not
trying to
worth it.
understand?
Not worth it other than just a reason to hate.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck them all. We are opening up a second tier of Champi-Yanks League, as you guys know. Get a hold of us. I will finally get the Twitter out this week on that. I promise. And I mean, not like we don't have all summer to sort that out just the same. But yeah, let's get some guys in early so you can claim your spot. We're going to take eight more people into this, and we'll work on 2 tiers. It'll be so much fun.
Yeah, it is. And again, it's a fucking ton of fun. So this is a good opportunity.
Yeah, get in with the bants too. Definitely get that banter.
Yeah, it's worth it for the chat. The group chat is,
if nothing else,
it is fantastic.
Absolutely. Oh yes, I love it. Okay, player movement and transfers and such. Greg Peterson is staying a Falcon, and it is amazing. And they talked about him the other week, and I know this isn't like a stat that's all cracked up to be, but at this point in the season, we're 19 rounds in. I think he's got the most minutes played for.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's not nothing. Like
no, it's not
durability. I mean, that's big. That's big.
It was between him and Piers O'Connor essentially, and then Piers has had a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, that's by design for Pat Lam. That's not that Piers O'Connor's been broken or anything.
No, it's just he's getting a little bit because he played every minute of every match up until like 3 weeks ago.
No, guy definitely needed a week off.
Yeah,
I'm running out of gas, Gaffer.
Yeah, but Peterson's just been a fucking horse for that team too. So
yeah, stay healthy, and we'll see you at Twickenham and the Aviva there, big fella.
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
Love it.
So we got Josh Yourself Scott on the way to Exeter. They were talking about him on the broadcast actually this past week. Obviously, Tom Francis is not going to be sticking around this coming off season. He's on his way out, and they're in need of props. So even if he's not somebody that starts right away, at least gives them one more in the locker.
Yeah, because that's what they need. They really did need a prop, apparently.
Because
the third string. Yeah, exactly. The third string prop is still better than most of the starting props there.
Yeah.
Fucking pricks.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good for him.
Yeah. I mean, not really part of the Highlanders' plan for Tony Brown. So just becomes superfluous.
Right.
Right.
Especially if he's not going. He's not wearing a national jersey anytime terribly soon. So
right.
Why?
Yeah, it's a log jam at that position too. So sorry, dude.
Yeah.
So we have a real Fijian on the Free Jacks now. Tuidraki. See if I'm going to try not to butcher this, but I will do my best.
Samu Vadre.
There you go. Thank you. Did you find a phonetic spelling, or did you just pull that out?
No, I just pulled it out. I was like, oh, Samu. Oh, it's Samu. Oh, I can do that. I can make those sounds.
Samu. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I do like those names where it's a double. That helps.
Yeah.
Okay. Now my eyes have adjusted. Thank you.
Yeah, it took me to actually. I was like, I'm not trying that until I'm like, wait, I got it.
I was too tired to try it when I saw it. I was like, ooh, I can't do that right now.
I'm just not sure about the Vadre. If it could be pronounced something.
Vadre, something like that.
Yeah.
Probably close.
Yeah. Or there could be a consonant that's not pronounced, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
We can lean on our man Down Stanford when he announces it for the first time. That's who we can lean on with that.
We'll have to watch the oh no, yeah, I guess we'll probably have to watch the replay later to get it.
Or VPN around it. Probably old news, but Nick Schorner is on his way to Sale, it sounds like. They are losing Will Griff-John, so they need somebody to obviously go in there. In turn, Christian Judge. Are they really
losing him because has he played like this season?
Not much, no.
Yeah, I'm just sorry.
Because he's going to Wales. That's the point. He's going to Wales so he can continue his international career for the Welsh.
Yeah, no, I totally understood. I'm just finding it funny when they're losing him, except they're not even playing him. So
yeah,
unless he's hurt, I don't know. Who knows?
Right. But yeah, so it sounds like it's a musical chairs between Schonert and Will Griff-John, and then Christian Judge going towards Six Ways as well. So it'll be someone put one in the jukebox there. Away we go. Sounds like, and I think I just read Levi Douglas is going to be a medical joker over in France somewhere.
Hey,
I mean,
he's not.
That's their style for sure.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. I think to Toulon, this is old news. Let me see. This is not old news. It was a couple weeks ago, but yeah. So,
okay.
So he's not with the club currently.
Okay, yeah, because like he
No.
did play the other week.
Hmm.
I don't think he played this past weekend though.
No, he did not.
So yeah, I think he played 2 weeks ago though.
Yep, that sounds right. So that's pretty much syncs up with the timing. I think that's shortly before
Yep.
he left.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, man, I think we made a grave mistake. We did not talk about Alan Wynne Jones at all last week with the Lions. I had it on my thing, and I'm
He's a
pretty sure I
Lion?
skipped him by accident. Didn't talk about it at all. And we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Like, if there was anybody else that was a candidate for captain, I really wanted to hear the case because
I mean, no, there's a Toje, but that's a case can be made.
Yes.
I'm busting out some part of my heritage. I could make that case. I would stand up and make that just to make a fucking argument. I'm not going to do that. So,
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the case could actually stand up though.
No, fuck. I know. Well, I think I trust my argument skills, but at the same time, no.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. You can't beat Alan Wynne Jones. Fuck.
No.
For that. Out of this squad, no.
It was always going to be him. Like.
Yeah,
was like Farrell was such a question mark to get into the squad to begin with, so that was never going to happen. Sexton's not in it. Hogg's not really.
No,
going to be a captain.
You don't have a captain at fullback. No.
Yeah, certainly not in this series. You don't want him to be.
Right. And it was. I think it was really. I think down to Six Nations. Really, I think that if ever the case, so it was Alan Wynne's to lose or Morrow's to win. Morrow certainly did not win it, and Alan Wynne certainly did not lose it. So
yeah, didn't do anything to lose it. Definitely not. So
No.
Good on the man. Yeah. Thank you were the one that said pretty sure he walks around in a kit all day.
Yeah, because he just shows up in the broadcast in the full Lions kit. I'm like, that makes sense. He's already in the kit. Yeah, of course.
Dude will die in his kit.
Yeah.
Swear to God. So
he's like he's probably like a never nude from Arrested Development. He just has his kit. Even if he's wearing other clothing, he's got his kit on underneath. You know it. Don't act like you don't know it.
Oh shit. Well, just the same. I feel happy for Alan Wynne. There were a lot of things I was excited about the other week when they announced that squad. That was the first thing I was really excited about. I'm glad that they got that. And I didn't really think Warren Gatlin was going to screw that up, but you never know. You never know.
You never know.
So I was excited to see that. So good for Alan Wynne. Well-deserved captaincy for the Lions tour coming up here.
Yeah.
So while that's going on, we're going to have some July test series going on here.
Giggity.
We're going to have, looks like Australia is going to play France in Australia.
It's going to be a cracker. Yeah.
That should be a good bunch. I don't know who the hell's going to, hopefully somebody carries that around here because I would like to see that as much as I'd like to see the Lions.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Definitely.
And then the Kiwi team, the All Blacks are going to take on a lot of the islands, which will be nice. Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, all going to be involved in one way or the other. So they're doing them a solid there. I still have some. The more I find out about the Silver Lake deal, the more I'm kind of not really into it. So
which one?
For New Zealand Rugby.
Yeah,
it's very similar to the was it the whatever the deal was that bought like Pro Rugby, Six Nations. I don't remember the friggin' entity that bought it, but point being, it's a little meh. And I understand the ejection of money is nice, but sometimes you give away a little bit, and it's like, how much do you want to give away? And it sounds like there's also something to do with one of those new teams with this, and there's something a little shady going on there where the money might not be going to the right places. So that's also the other thing that's got me worried. So. I don't know if the deal's been done or signed, but man, if it hasn't been, I hope somebody kills it. So just for the good of it, honestly, we suffered enough. We can keep suffering for a little longer to find something better. That's all I know. Another new announcement on this side of the pond was the Premier Sevens. I'm on the fence about this. I understand more rugby is good in some ways because it gets the ball out there in front of fans. But is this too much too soon? Is the side that I'm also looking at, and it's here in the U.S. and I'm like, And also, what are these like? So we got potentially six clubs for men, 4 clubs for women that are just going to play tournaments. Now, what are these teams going to do when the HSBC sevens comes around? Like when the World Series comes around, what are they going to do? Like, are they planning to do this between that, like, or around that? It's unclear at this point. So that's the other thing that needs to probably be answered too, because all these Olympians are saying they're signing, but they ain't going to freaking be there if the World Series is going on. So it won't matter.
But look, anytime you try to professionalize something, I'm gonna be for it. Yeah, you're gonna lose the top players, but this is the best way you can develop talent. And you make it you put these players together and they'll learn from each other and they'll get better.
Right.
So and that's going to advance the sport a lot. So right. I'm in favor of it just for that reason. I think it's worth taking the chance.
Did you see who the GM of this league is?
I don't give a fuck. It's not going to be someone I'm liking.
It's Mike Tolkien. Yep. That guy. So about that.
It's like what was it?
My thoughts exactly.
Oh fuck, Chris Griffin watching like No Way Out. Like, I don't get it. How does Kevin Costner keep getting work? It's like, how does fucking Mike Tolkien keep getting work?
Nobody knows. It's a mystery. Oh man, there's a big cabal that's in favor, that's got him involved or something.
Seriously, the Stonecutters from The Simpsons.
Right. There you go. That's like, a good one. Is he a Skull and Bones guy? Is that what it is? Or
maybe
that's what it is. Fuck. But I do want to take 4 minutes and I'm going to take it in you gave, talk about youth development and developing talent. And you and I have had this discussion, not on here a whole lot, but like you see the teams that are doing well and kind of pulling themselves out of the fire, and it's through the U20s program. With Australia's come good with a couple of good U20s team. England built their 2019 run off players from their U20s program that did well. So I'm wondering, at what point does the U.S. stop screwing around with, let's find all these expats and all these things that are technically U.S. eligible, and you need those at our level. You can't say no. But I think looking at it from a ground up, like, so there's the U20 World Cup, then there's the U20 World Trophy. The U.S. isn't even in that, so there's a promotion relegation thing that goes on between that. The winner and the final place team from the last place team from each trade spots. So at one point I'm wondering, like, when do they really just start to take that seriously and stop screwing around? Like, you need to look at your young college players and your older high school players and get on that.
Yeah. I just worry about that. Okay, so I'm not poo-pooing it because you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm just wondering how it's going to work in the U.S. where you see like AAU teams, even in like the Catholic League teams near where I grew up, like any sport. Baseball, football, all fucking dirty as shit. All these youth programs are dirty, run by like shitty people. And just so implementing in the US, I think it would just be a copycat of that, unfortunately. And that's I guess really what worries me.
And you're not wrong on that at all. Yeah. I totally understand that.
It's because it's not going to be done the way it's done in Europe, which is that's the problem.
Right. And you're not wrong in that. That is totally a worry. The good thing is we almost saw it a couple years ago with the America's Rugby Cup getting a U20 division, and that would have been a good place to, like, much like the Six Nations has a U20, that would be a good place to start and get those guys going together and start to give these kids something to shoot for at the very least. And so I think that's the way to go. Now, unfortunately, and you can tell I've done my homework, when you even compare Canada and the U.S., the two teams that are probably the top end of this area, Canada's U20 coach is just like an old retired player. Like he's like, yeah, I'm done. I want to just concentrate and give back to rugby. Great. Freaking the US's coach is supposedly on NIAC's roster, or not NIAC, Rugby United New York's roster. It's like,
right.
You can't be a professional player or even try to be a professional player and actually, do your job with the U20 team. So at this point, it's title only, and he's probably getting paid a shitload of money to do nothing, honestly.
Yeah.
Or even any money to do nothing, honestly.
Right.
Like whatever it is, doesn't matter if it's a lot or not.
Right. It's a lot more than he's really earning.
Oh, 100%.
So it's just, that's how they do. That's exactly what I was saying. Right. It's just going to be dirty.
Yeah. So, I mean, we all know there's going to be a point where we just like a group of players and a group of people that are coaches in this country will go at USA Rugby and go at them hard and just be like, listen, you are not fucking doing your job. And this happened more or less a couple years ago when USA Rugby went bankrupt, and I just think because we didn't, as a group, put our foot down on it and, keep our feet on, keep the foot on their throat and on the throttle and keep coming at them and make them and hold them accountable. I think it went, I think it went right in one ear and out the other, honestly.
Yeah, right.
There was no effect to it.
Like I got emails about like SIP registration and shit. And I'm like, why? What? No. Like
right
maybe
now, hell no. What the hell's the point?
No. Right.
There ain't no point, man. Like it sucks that we have to keep doing that. To play like as a club. Like what are the players in this country getting from this US team?
Nothing.
Certainly, what are the women's players getting from this US?
No, absolutely nothing.
Right. So if they were to refuse to pay SIP, I freaking would not blame them at all. I'd be like, you do you.
My wife has played for 2 Premier League teams, so like the top top league in the country for women. And she's like, yeah, we never got nothing from USA Rugby.
Hell no.
And the league, like it's not as though even the competition was getting anything from USA Rugby. They were just paying dues to them. That was
so poor, so fucking poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that should have their hands out, and I totally agree. I think the 2 things that need to have their hands out right now are U20 programs and under, and women. Like the men, they take care of themselves. Fuck it. The MLR is going well. It's not something that they should be concerning themselves. They need to focus back on the things that they've ignored for probably the better part of a decade.
Right.
So, please, USA Rugby, stop sucking so much, so much in so many ways.
So many ways.
Cool. We got, yes, we have 2 really cool test matches coming up in, the summer, but what else?
Yeah.
What else? Like, if that's your thing and that's all you're worried about, then you're never going to go anywhere. So there's a lot more to worry about, and I feel like it's a lot more that's getting ignored, which, that sucks. So that's my tangent. I went off a little bit. That was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be on Shocker of the Day. But we'll go on.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, what else is new for me? All right, let's go to Super Rugby Trans Tasman. Yee-hoo. Highlanders 40, Reds 19. Reds a little hungover.
Yeah, a little hungover.
I don't think too many people are shocked about that.
So you figure there's something else we need to consider here that I should have when I picked against them or picked for them. They're coming off of the championship, and who are they playing this coming week? Crusaders. Yeah, they don't give a fuck about this Highlanders match.
No, they were like, whatever.
They really don't. It's this week that they're going to gear up for. So didn't think ahead.
Yeah.
Should have.
Brad Thorne's definitely going to gear up for that one. Whoa, show. But it was, to the Highlanders' credit, they took it by the scruff of the neck and they didn't let it go. So good on them.
As a good New Zealand team should do.
Oh, well, as most teams should do. But yeah, definitely that.
Jeez, what the fuck? We'll get there.
We'll get there eventually. Your guy, C.O. Tompkinson, gave you a thumb in your eye. And hookers scoring everywhere. Hookers all over the place, man.
Yeah. Hey, when the hookers are scoring,
Yeah,
Money's coming in.
There was 3. Dixon got 2 and Coltman got 1. So
Fuck.
that was the end of that one. But excellent job by the Highlanders. Reds showed some toughness to James O'Connor once he went off. That was the end. Sorry. Yeah. Over to the SGC, the Sydney Cricket Ground, for without a doubt the most entertaining match of the weekend.
Well, Rafi got involved early, and then entertainment followed.
Yeah, Orban Ledger had to come on because unfortunately poor Ruben Love just no bueno, man. I was like,
not good.
That is ouch town, man. But he was moving his limbs, which is good. So
yeah, he just gave his head a smoosh.
Yeah, seeing a few stars there.
Yeah,
but
fuck, sorry, kid.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah,
he's done really well for the team this year, but obviously he's not going to be in this weekend, as we know. Yeah, I said don't start the Waratahs front row, and I paid for that. Gus Bell and Eric Johnson Holmes with 3 tries total between them.
Yeah, not a bad day for them.
Nope, it was a good one. I think they went a total of 5 feet, but
hey, it's not about
those still count.
It's not about length; it's about girth.
No, it was. Yeah, there's this guy named Salisi Rayasi that plays for the Hurricanes, and he's getting known more and more as the weeks go on, and he's pretty good. I like him.
He's not bad.
Nope. And we got a preview of what life without Nane Lamape is going to be like for the Hurricanes here too. Proctor and Umaga Jensen's teamed up.
Fucking Proctor was excellent too.
He's better than his brother.
Fuck.
He's better than his brother, which is scary to say.
I keep forgetting that. Pretty good. Yeah, I keep forgetting that Billy's actually better because we see Matt a lot more, unfortunately. And he's pretty damn good.
Correct.
But yeah, Billy is not too shabby.
Nope.
Whatsoever.
Yeah, and not to say that there were guys on the other side that didn't do well. I'm sure the Waratahs are kicking themselves that they let this one get away because they had a shot, and then just kind of let it all go. The Braden Yosek try. That was an awesome piece of work from him. He just decided, nope, come and get me.
Yeah, he's a player. I enjoy watching him play quite a bit.
Yeah, I wish they would start him. They haven't started him yet, but I wish they would start him.
That's where I'm going. I like Reed Princep and all, but fuck, throw Yossi out.
Keep Dewey. When Artie gets back, keep him.
Yeah,
I'll be that. Throw him in there. That's
right.
That'll be good
or even even start him at 8 for Flanders because I mean Flanders is okay, but damn, right. Yossi, because he's been fucking ridiculous the past few weeks.
Right. And other side of the coin, Jake Gordon is definitely earning himself a yellow shirt here, I think.
No doubt.
For as poopy as the Waratahs have been this year.
Not him.
Yeah, he's been the one bright spot. So good on him.
Although Donaldson's play of late, I'd say has been another bright spot.
Been pretty good. They have a lot to like between him and Will Harrison in those 10 shirts. So I'm glad that they have something to hang their hats on, at least for a little bit. Yeah, let's go over to the next day, Saturday. Crusaders and Brumbies with an absolute firecracker. My goodness. This was a fantastic match. I will say pre-match, I have got like such a big crush on Cody Taylor now. Like, I love that man so much. Like,
that was a turnaround. You were upset that he scored the most tries in the.
I didn't realize he had scored the most tries. I said, "What the hell kind of universe are we living in where the hooker leads the fucking league?" Damn.
I mean, but New Zealand hookers though. I mean, I'm not putting Cody and Dane. I'm not surprised that one of them leads the league. They're not. They're try-scoring hookers.
And he did it from all over the place too. That was the thing. Right. Like, he was all over the universe with those things. He didn't just do them from driving over, but he got a couple of really nice looking open play ones too. So from distance at that. So but yeah, in the game, just this was right down to the nail biter, and you got to feel for Noah Lilesio. It was a tough kick to hit to tie the thing.
It really is, but this is one of those that he'll remember, right? This is something that'll be a good long term. It sucks now, but he's gonna be happy that he has this experience next time because the next time this happens to him, he's in that position, he could be wearing a gold jersey. So
Yeah,
you'd rather have it happen at this level than at that.
absolutely. Absolutely. Totally agree. And we saw Braden Enor start for his first time. That was good. I'm really happy to see him back out there. That was a nasty knee injury he picked up last year. My goodness. So I'm really happy he had that.
Yeah.
Rob Valentini, no salmon, no problem. Like, this dude's playing out of his brain for the Brumbies. That dude's wearing a gold jersey this summer. No problem. No question.
They have what happened in Australia? Like,
I know
20 years ago, where they just bred fucking Lucy's and yeah, because like
Now
they
they're
have
getting a
that whole
big
Reds
crop of them,
that
yeah.
whole Reds back line. Back
Oh
row
yeah,
could
plus. Like, there's
right.
There's 4 guys on there you could probably argue
Just
that
on the Reds.
belong in the Wallabies on the Reds alone, let alone the rest of the league, which has got some really good looking talent. So yeah,
including this Valentini, who's just been
unbelievable.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It's his hair. Yeah.
Nice lid on top of that.
I'm in.
Hell of a lid. Yeah, let's run over to Melbourne, and this is one that, I mean, new coach installed and all that, so it's understandable to a level. But man, the Rebels got to be really disappointed with the way they turned up for this one.
Oh well, I think they're more disappointed in other things right now than just that. So I think they're obviously, you know, like you said, the off-field stuff, the fire and the coach, it fucks it. They like, this is not. You can tell it was the wrong move because, I'm sorry, it's definitely the wrong move because of the way the players have responded. It's been, it's not like what happened at Quinn's, right?
Right.
Quinn's, they were like, oh fuck, like, we liked him. You know, we didn't want Guzzy to go, but we were just dicking around with him, and like, the message received. Here it's more like, okay, message received. We're just fucking done.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, not good enough from the Rebels, to say the least. But the Blues took advantage, and we saw some really good play from them. Like, everybody was just thinking they were back. I swear to God, the whole front row thought they were backs. It was just it was fun stuff to watch. That's for sure. And their back row kind of played pretty well, I guess. Tutu, Robinson, and Ioane coming on.
yeah, talk about good back rows.
And they have 2 really, really nice looking outside backs that are young on this team. Zarn Sullivan and AJ Lamb both look very much the part.
Last name sounds familiar.
Something to that degree, I suppose.
I don't know. Is he what's he, a cousin, brother? Fuck. And guess what? Nephew?
Pat's nephew, yep.
Yeah, fucking A.
That's exactly it. Playing for the right team too, because that was Pat's team, the Blues. So yeah, it's looking up for the Blues for sure. They had a disappointing Aotearoa season, but that's a hell of a way to start right there. Putting a blinder on there. And you know, we almost had the duck broken. And really, the Chiefs tried to do everything to make sure the duck got broken for Australia, but not quite. Came close. So many missed kicks. Really, both teams.
Yeah, I don't think it had much impact on the match.
Yeah, just
ultimately.
Oh, and you know, Jacobson's taking the part of the hammerhead in that back row. Unfortunately, that was his second. He got sent off for a second yellow. I was like, "Oh, you dope! What are you doing? What are you doing?" But it was This is the the Chiefs to play the game they wanted to.
Yeah, the Chiefs. I was sorry. I was stuck on the other match. It's still in my head. The fucking. Yeah, the Chiefs just kind of like, they got the early lead and then they were kind of settled into it. They were like, okay, we're good. We can control the match. They knew they could control the match, and then they just didn't. It's like they had that early pressure and then just kind of backed off. Certainly second half. And Jacobson, yeah, being a fucking hammerhead. You're already under warning for the second pen, like for the second red, and I don't even know like, fuck, it just.
Yeah, and Damon Murphy tried everything he could to not give him that red card. He's like, "We sure it was 8? That was not rolling away." The TMO confirmed it.
Well, I think he also couldn't believe it. He's like, is it really him? Is he fucking stupid enough to do that? Like, okay, I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe I was imparting my own thinking into it. It's like, if he's fucking stupid enough to be in that kind of position at this stage of the game, all the, yeah, give him fucking red. Like, hopefully, maybe he'll learn.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And it was just the kick was so close from Miotti, not quite. Man, it looked good until the very last part where it drifted wide. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that I was happy to see that, but that's one of those, like, the Chiefs did not deserve to win, but they did. So it's all right, getting out of.
So that's one of those ones where you take and run away.
Yeah, exactly. And there is the hangover for the Chiefs too, to be expected, and it's it's a haul. Like, this is
that's probably one of the longest trips you'll make
in a long time.
Right. That's nobody's made that type of trip for a while. So yeah, it's a
little bit of that, but
it's a tough trip to make as well. You are right in that one.
Super happy that Miotti missed that kick. I was, yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, unpooped myself right afterwards. I'm like, okay, this is good. Now it's time for coffee.
Yeah, so Blues, Highlanders, and Hurricanes all pick up bonus point wins. Crusaders and Chiefs get theirs just with an eke by. And unfortunately for Australia, I think this is a wake-up call. Like, they need to take this more serious. I think they thought a little bit too much of themselves after playing AU only for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And this is the wake-up call. And granted, 2 teams really gave it to him. Like, Force, Brumbies absolutely gave it to him and pushed them. One of them probably deserved to win and just didn't quite get there. But yeah, this is probably just a big old slap over the head for Super Rugby AU teams to just go, oh yeah, we gotta play better.
Yeah, that somebody's got to represent. And like you said, represent with a win. Right. There were teams that represented, but that's not really enough.
Don't use talk, baby.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that Reds Crusaders match.
Same.
Very looking forward.
Yeah, but let's jump up to the north. A very strung out game week for the Prem. Start with Friday night, Bath and Sale. A bit better from Bath. They've put some stinkers out there for a little bit, but really they let this one get away with them because, and this was like a theme, like teams not taking advantage of yellow card chances. Man down chances. Yep. Like, it was a huge theme most of the weekend. And the red half try was just brilliant to start the whole thing off, and so was
certainly was.
And I didn't know Max Clark could do the things he did to set up Josh Bayless, but he apparently can.
Yeah,
sometimes he doesn't want to.
Right. He's I think I called him the Northern Hemisphere Quinn Tupaia.
Quinn Tupaia, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good.
Because like I've seen him do some awesome shit, but mostly it's like, okay, where'd that go? Fun fact about the Josh Bayless try, mentioned during the match. Bayless has scored 3 tries in the Premiership, all of them against Sale.
So somebody should have put a quid on that or something.
So yeah, next time, if you get that matchup, Bayless to score versus Sale. Apparently, that's the only team he scores against.
Guess so. This this is a character win for Sanderson's team, no doubt. You and I were talking off the record about Bevan Rod and the job he's had to do and the job he's done for the Sale team.
Well, yeah, you can see what Sanderson is doing with the team. It's fantastic. And we if you've listened to the pod before, our feelings on John O'Ross. And I don't think John O'Ross has played since the last time. I think he was suspended, but I don't think it's anywhere near this long. I don't think he's played since then. And he's been like club captain. So I think Sanderson's moved on from him, which we're pretty happy about. And he's trying out guys like Bevan Rod, who, there was nobody else. So it's like, hey, you take it a shot. And he's been okay, but just of late now he's like, no, I get this. He's gotten that experience under his belt, and he's really fucking good.
Yeah, and he's not very old. He's 20.
No, he's like 20. Fuck.
Jeez. England eligible, but also he's from somewhere funny like Isle of Man or something like that. I was like, wow. Okay. I mean, I don't think that team has a rugby team. That place has a rugby team. If they do,
and if you do, why would he play for them?
Yeah. If you have the option, like if you get an England call up, you're going there.
Yeah.
You're probably going there. Not there. Not to Isle of Man. Sorry, Isle of Man.
Dude, how much? So this was, I think my meeting had ended by halftime. My meeting had ended. And I had entered weekend mode, if you know what I mean. I don't know if you cracked up about the TMO looking at the Hammersley try and being like, no, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. There is no way this player here has scored a try. It's not possible. So let's check. Was it forward pass? Was he in touch? Did he actually ground it? Like, are we sure this happened at all? Like everything. So. It's like, all right, cool. Like, okay, first off, it's not fucking give him the fucking try. Well, you had like you saw it was not forward. It was clearly that he hadn't gone in touch by that point. If you had seen enough of the replays of him catching a decent pass, and like there was clearly you could look at his feet as well and said, yeah, his feet are not in touch. Boom, done. Give the man his fucking try. Way too much TMOing. Way too much. You know, you talked about not having it in the MLR at all, but damn, a weekend like this with the Prem, fucking just award the try or disallow it. You got 6 eyes on the field. Fuck. And if the TMO actually sees something, then he'll let you know.
Then buzz down. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Come on.
No, you're not wrong about that.
But
not
still, Hammersley, there's no way Hammersley scored a try.
Yeah, it's one of those unbelievable moments. We sure about this?
Yeah, no, hold on. Stop.
Hold the phone here, Chief.
Yeah, so I get it. In that instance, I just didn't really think it was necessary to go that long.
Nope. And Wasp, great buy. The Worcester Warriors just a little bit, 23-19. Ben Harris was sent off.
Did not like that. Soft.
Yeah. Soft tough one to give.
I'd give it a yellow at most, but because Odagu was tackling Lawrence right into him. Like he's set up. Yeah, he's high. That's why it's a yellow. But he was not anywhere. He was the recipient of contact much more so than he was, deliberately striking there. He was run into. So yeah, the red was much. That should be an easy mitigation, but
not to be. Yeah, this was a tough old game for Wasp. They kind of made it tough on themselves. Worcester stayed in it for a while. We saw Beck lead this game, but really that left the opportunity to put their best center pairing together, in my opinion, which is Venter and Lawrence.
I agree.
And obviously we saw them turn something magical in, especially with Venter scoring the try. And I think he scored, and then I think he set Sam Lewis up, or maybe that's all he did was set up Sam Lewis. Either way, Venter had a pretty damn good game.
He did,
if I remember correctly.
You do. I've been watching him because I've been more of a fan of Ollie Morris, but Venter's been excellent. He had a try assist, so all he did was set.
That's what it was. Yeah, he assisted the San Luis try, which another guy that Worcester needs to turn on just a little bit more. He's been a little off his game.
He has. He's been just a little off his game. He's been fucking terrible. Let's be fair. I know. Nice. I like the guy, so it pisses me off that he's been terrible. So I'm glad to see him come good for a match.
Yeah.
Let's make it a thing.
Yeah, and hard to say that Dan Robson didn't lead this team to the win because of the way he managed it. But yeah, it's just really good stuff from him, and hopefully we see him in a white shirt a lot more this summer. Here.
Very much so.
Leicester and Quins. Quins try and pull another rabbit out of the hat. Not quite to be.
Well, okay. In the basketballs, there's you have your tiers of player within a team, and one of those tiers and one of those situations, or the thing you have is, this is our guy. If we have one play to make, the ball is in his hands, right? And it doesn't even have to be your star player at times, like big shot Bob Hari. If you may have heard the name Robert Hari, but whatever. No, all he fucking did. I mean, besides he was great other than that, but he hit big fucking shots.
He hit big shots.
That's why they called him Big Shot Bob Hardy.
Yeah, like he didn't necessarily do a whole lot else, but man, when it counted, he knew how to nail it.
So, if I remind me what happened at the end of the match 2 weeks ago. Well, now 3 weeks.
I do believe Mr. Marcus Smith won the match
at the death.
Mm-hmm.
What happened the match after that?
Same thing. Put it in 10-10 and it worked.
And this match, the last play, you have this set up. The only people who didn't think that Marcus Smith was getting the ball was the defense, was the Leicester defense. They went and queued entirely on, I think it was either Northmore or Tapuai.
I think it's Tapuai.
They keyed entirely on him. There was fucking acres of space for Smith if he'd thrown it out the back like he was supposed to, but he just got his dick up and forgot who, what the situation was. I mean, realize he hasn't played in a while. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he just ran himself into a shit situation where even the support players were like, well, he's not keeping it because the defense is there, so he's going to give it to Marcus. So they moved off to support Marcus. Fucking idiot. Yeah. So I'm not that it upset me or anything.
Yeah, it was, in this type of game where they had to kind of try to wrestle it away from Leicester. Leicester did a decent job of controlling the game for quite a bit. They were still able to suck up and get 2 points. So to their credit, that's the sign of a good team at the very least, though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not trying to take I'm not trying to take anything away from the Leicester men. They play fucking Ellis Genge. I mean,
he's pretty good. He's pretty.
Two tries in a yellow. Yes, please sign me up. I'll take it.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's grown on me big time. Big time. I do enjoy. I enjoy his game. And I enjoy what he does, and I enjoy the fact that he has no problem taking it on his shoulders and saying, "All right, I'll do it."
Yeah, and he's responded the right way to the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's not like he got looked over. It's just he didn't make the team, and that's he wasn't snubbed or something. It's just they took 2 more props, he'd be on the team.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition on that team for sure.
Right.
So, yeah, reacted well.
He's fucking scoring tries and keeping his head down, and good work by him.
Doing the work. The work, and you never know. Another one that was a bit of a stinker up at Kingston Park. Oh, by the way, we had fans at this one.
Did.
Newcastle, and it was so great to hear them. We'll get to the other matches that had fans in them, but man, it was so nice to just not have to deal with the friggin' inserted crowd noise. It was it was
real fans.
It was legit, and it was beautiful. It was music to my ears. It really was, But the Saints, another one that just let it get away from them. This could have been their match, and they didn't make it so. And they just I would go as far to say that they let Newcastle win this one instead of Newcastle.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The Northampton just didn't show up at all. Very disappointing effort on their part. But yeah, certainly. I mean, Newcastle just played the rugby that was in front of them and scored 18 points. Right? Like they deserve that effort was an 18-point effort on their part, and the Saints' effort was a 10-point effort on their part. So if Northampton had rocked up the way they had been rocking up of late until last week,
could have been easily theirs.
Yeah, they had every opportunity. Mm-hmm. And just said, nah, we're good.
We're good. Yeah, never understand it, but it was the good stuff for the.
Speaking of people being stepping up after being snubbed by the Lions, Paul Hill with the try.
Yeah, Grayson with the awful. That was nice.
Look at that prop running in the loose. Don't want him on the Lions. What the fuck?
It was a good offload from James Grayson too.
It definitely was. So good on you, prop.
That's how you do the two of them right there.
Yep.
Yeah. And then this was definitely one of the funnest games in the Prem to watch. That was Bristol and Gloucester 39-7. This could have been 60 or 70.
How much but like it's almost better this way because like you got to see the tries, they didn't count. But you also didn't have an 80-7 match.
It's true.
Like that would have been bad, like not good for the sport. This is much more equitable. And but like I said, you still got to see some fun tries that didn't count.
No, they did not. But there was some great ones that did. Chris Vui setting up Charles Piatow. That was a fucking fun one to watch. I was like, yes, go Vui, go. Man, they don't talk about him enough. But
yeah, well, we haven't seen this. Of course, we haven't seen Piatow either. So maybe or Radradra. It feels like it's been a little bit since those two have been on the pitch, and that changes things.
Quite.
With the guy like Vui, who can do shit like that, but he's not going to do that with just Morahan out there.
No, Morahan.
Yeah, no.
Ugh.
So,
I mean, all right. We can talk about the red card. It was a legit red card. It was 100% accurate. There's nothing really shocking to that one. Sheedy, you naughty boy, naughty. Oh my.
Great tendery all around.
Oh my god, that pass to set up Malins. I was like, what the hell did I just see? Did he really just do that? Oh, it was glorious. I was like,
even down to the 80th minute,
he still knew it. He still was just having, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, international 10.
That was the other thing. Anton can attest that I was rooting for Radradra to get a try. So I was so super happy when they went for the corner because it was a possibility. But as soon as you see Radradra running that tight line off of Sheedy, what the fuck do you think is going to happen?
He's getting the ball.
What do you think you should think of first? Like you're fucked. Don't let it be Radradra. Make them use a different player.
Make them pass it like much harder than that at least.
Right. So, but good, fucking dirty pass by Sheedy. The whole setup where he looked like he was going out the back and
just went, this one right here instead. How's that sound, guys? and nobody knew what was going on except Semi.
Yeah. And even fucking Yohan Lloyd comes in and is stepping.
Yeah, he was like he was lively too. It's like, yeah, Pat Lam's got this team ticking pretty well.
And it's really okay, so we all know Morahan's not going to be there when the
counts
gets real. They'll put O'Connor there instead if anybody. But Malins and Piatow and Radradra and O'Connor and Sheedy in one back line. Are you
stopping?
I cannot wait to
enjoy.
We haven't seen that yet because Malins has been away fucking forever.
Right. When O'Connor's being arrested and Charles Piatow's had his issues.
He's been in and out. So like we have not seen Bristol, and we haven't. This is like I feel like this is one of our first times seeing like Vui, Luatua, Earl, and Hughes all together. Those four.
Yeah, they were the same back row last week, but they weren't on their game this week.
True. Okay, there it was.
They were.
Okay.
Yep. Fuck. Two things I want to bring up. One is the effort of Kyle Moyle to knock the ball away from Charles Piatow, and Piatow thought he was free and clear. So, we've talked
good stuff.
We've talked about Kyle Moyle on this one, and he's earning his spot in this club, and he's signed himself a permanent deal with the club. So it's obviously he's showing his worth there.
Yeah. Yep.
And then the other thing I want to mention was Nathan Hughes and the blue hair in support of mental health awareness. And
good. I didn't know that was.
Yeah, that's what that was for. So
cool.
He's a big fan of the Looseheads are a big fan of him, and I'm a big fan of Nathan Hughes if that's the case. So I am another player that's grown on me quite a bit.
And I'm a big fan of Kyle Sinclair yelling at Nathan at the end of the match. you could hear him clear as day, just yelling, "Nathan out! Nathan out!" and like just the next breakdown, he's just yelling at him something else too. I love like it's funny that I missed like you're used to that, right? Hearing stuff like that now because there's been no crowds. So funny to actually be able to pick out players yelling at each other again over the crowd. That's I forgot how enjoyable that was.
And they were buzzing. It was really cool. And even Sheedy's interview for man of the match was difficult because he couldn't hear a damn thing.
Yeah.
So Ashton Gate, good on you. You brought it. You brought it 100%. So we appreciate it on the side of the pond. That's for sure.
We do.
And then the last one with fans.
Were there fans? I couldn't tell.
Brentford Community Stadium is nobody. I don't think they'd had fans yet because I don't think
they hadn't
the ones that had fans at it. So this was the first time Irish had fans in their new ground, and man, they brought it. And the match didn't match it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sam Simmons decided he was going to give them all a big double finger rocket and say, "Sorry, got to crash your party so I can break this try scoring record here."
Fuck, he's good. Could you imagine not captaining him this weekend? What the fuck would be wrong with you?
Not this guy.
I certainly can't. Fuck.
Yeah. Hat trick from Sam Simmons is usually something I'm hoping for, but it doesn't happen that often. I'll take it when it does.
Doesn't. But yeah, he's just so fucking good. Because he's a rugby player. Like, there's nothing else to say about that. Like, because he's a forward, yeah, but he can play in the backs. I mean, most of his work is done at like the 13 channel, essentially.
Scary.
In the loose. But then he had those 2 pushover tries the other week too.
Right.
The kind that George Martin can't get. So it's like he just does so when people talk about like potential, it's going to be different when he's alive. It's like, no, the stuff he does is like, it's what makes him special is that he can do all that stuff. It's not like, yeah, he'll have less to do because there'll be, all these other players, but fuck, he's still going to be good. He's still,
right.
he's still faster than your backs and he's still stronger than your forwards. So
good luck.
Have fun.
Good luck. Yeah, that's one of those players. You have your systems, and I totally get it. And as a coach, I can appreciate that. That's one of those guys. You find a spot for him in your system because there's no way he doesn't fit somewhere. And if you're saying that is why you're not picking him, then you've got a personal problem with him, honestly, and that's what it comes down to.
If you can't find a spot on your team for a guy who just does awesome shit when he has the ball and tackles like a motherfucker on defense, then what the fuck is your problem? Like, that's a you problem. Like, it's not him. That's you.
It's a coaching problem for sure. No question about it. No question about it.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know much. I don't have too much to say about the Irish though. I wasn't.
Yeah, they weren't particularly good.
No, unfortunately, it's really just
the loaded try was pretty, but yeah.
Yes, he's come good recently, so I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, that's quite the back three they have there with him, Parton, and Hassel Collins,
and Rona too at that hinge 13 spot.
Yeah, he's enjoying life at Irish. He's extended his contract even, so good on that boy. I thought young Coca Nasinga played pretty well at 12. That doesn't look like a terrible spot for him. He's just young. He's what, 19?
Let me verify. Yeah, 19.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that will. I think that will work out just fine. Just let it come along. That's all it's going to be.
And Theo Brophy-Clues coming at Cruz coming at let's get rid of Paddy and
oh geez, please.
And I would have nothing but love for the Irish.
Anything but anybody but that guy. Honestly, at this point, anybody but that guy.
They don't need him at this point. Like, I remember that they signed him because they're like, look, we need a player, but it's like, you don't need him anymore.
No longer needed, guys.
Yeah.
No longer needed. Little MLR whip around real quick. First of all, Free Jacks, disappointing in the team. Honestly, weren't quite up to snuff. Usually the referees, the first thing I would complain about. Mike Lash was very good, I thought. So
they just weren't good. They shit the bed. So
completely.
I just came away from this match disappointed in them as well.
Yeah. Props to Atlanta for doing the deed and getting it done.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a poor performance from the boys in the red, white, and blue there. Around the league, San Diego topped NOLA. Yay! Finally, those assholes lost. Houston lost to Toronto at home. Austin beat New York in Austin. So New York a little high last week, come crashing back down to earth this week.
A little low. Yeah.
LA and Utah played at SoFi Stadium. I have to say I hate watching rugby matches on a wank ball stadium field. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, we're beyond that. Beyond that.
Yeah.
And I understand
like the fact that they can't. Yeah. You can't sort something out where it's like a.
Why can't? What couldn't? There had to have been something you could do for that stadium to get rid of those lines somehow,
Right.
some way, and not just paint over. Like, no,
Yeah.
We could be better. We can 100% do better. So, but just the same, cool that they got there. I'd like to see the wank ball lines taken away. But they beat Utah, and DC gutted out. I watched this one. It was a pretty good one. DC gutted one out against Seattle 22-18 at home. And as I said, the Gill teams are the Gill Chris's are playing right now, LA and Austin. Free Jacks got the old rivalry coming up this weekend.
Reigniting the rivalry.
Yep. Draw the line and let's bloody go. Bring it on, Rooney. All right, let's do that starts the thing that we like to do so much here.
Fair. I believe I kick us off, right?
Yeah, just Super Rugby this week, kids.
Just Super Rugby. So we start off putting our wellies on.
Yay!
For Canes versus Rebels. For the Hurricanes, the front row. We talked a little bit about Dane Coles earlier, and Terrell Lomax is pretty good in his own right too. So expect good points from the Canes front row. Karifi as well. I'd say sit Talmatain unless you're really out of options. Ledger, I think he's got a shot to do well in this match because it's Rebels.
Yeah, we'll see what they bring. I know they mess with their team a little bit.
Right. Oh yeah. So that's the other thing. The rest back line are good to go except Houston. Don't go with Houston. He's been I don't know lately. On the other side, the Carter Gordon into 10 and Timua at 12. I like it. It's fucking switch it up a little bit, and Timua can do it. Maybe they'll changing up how they play a little bit will help too. Maybe fucking shake it up. Nazarani needs to go, as is Corbetti. And sit the Rebels front row though, because the Canes are number 2 overall versus the front rows out there.
Yeah, I wonder how long. I thought Nazarani was suspended for a little bit longer, unless I'm mistaken.
Oh, maybe he is. I don't know. I thought I had checked and he was getting points lately, so I just.
Okay, either one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
if he's in, he's probably worth the role, but just double check that before you go doing something like that.
No, he's in because he's definitely in because I did this off the lineup. Duh.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
Look, I might be drunk now, but I wasn't when I did this.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. All right. Force and Highlanders. Highlanders points. Surrenders points to a few positions last week against the Red, despite the lopsided score. I just don't know where they're going to come from the Force. There are a few places. Force front row is probably the most consistent piece of this team. Highlanders aren't especially good against front row, so that's a go. Tim Anstey, I said it before, skill set of a back playing as a loose forward, so he's a thumbs up for me. Jake McIntyre on the other side of it, no matter how desperate you are, I would not start him. Miotti is the best guy playing fly half for the Force in terms of fantasy wise, and he's on the bench, so that's not anyway. Go with Carter Gordon from the Rebels if you need somebody badly. Orban Ledger is a winner in this week as well. So yeah, you have some other options. Not name that guy. So do that. Force continue to find ways to surrender fantasy points despite some matches getting real ugly. Could be good news for Highlanders, and there's some decent players if you didn't notice from last week. Sam Gilbert seems to have rediscovered his form since returning to injury, so he's a thumbs up for me. And then Michael Collins at 13. I like him. It's a good spot for a second distributor for Highlanders as well, so I think that he'll do well there. On the other side of the coin, Hugh Renton playing 8 for a decent team, but I think he's odd man out between him, Frizzell, and Harmon. I think Frizzell and Harmon. Frizzell is just he's one of those weird guys that's a 6 that I'll actually score. So again, he's eating up points that I think sometimes there's plenty of points to go around. I don't know if there is going to be in this game. So if there's an odd man out, it's probably Renton because I think Harmon as a 7 gets his. So and like I said, Sham Frizzell is just a freak. So
he will get his too. Right. Okay, over to Eden Park for Blues versus Taz. This is going to be you. What with the Taz are either bottom or first from the bottom everywhere except against loose forwards in midfield. So and we know what they are bringing as far as playing wise, the Tas that is, start everybody on the Blues. It's going to be a fucking tonking, bad.
Yeah.
So I'm not even bothering. The lineups aren't out, so I'm not going to say who to start. Just if you find once the lineups come out.
I had Akira Ioane on a team, and he was off the bench, and I played him last week, and that worked out all right.
Yeah, exactly. For the Tas, their front row, because the Blues are actually shitty against front rows. Hoskins and Tizano, if he's going. Ride Ben Donaldson. He's been scoring pretty decently of late. So I'm assuming he's going to start here again. Fouquetti in the midfield and Maddox in the outside backs. Every outside of those players, highly questionable.
Highly questionable. Okay. Ben's Chiefs against the Brumbies. This will be interesting. Both runners up from the last two competitions here. Brumbies are still a tough defense, even after playing the Mighty Crusaders. So this could be interesting. For the Chiefs, Trask or Gatlin? I mentioned McIntyre above. These guys I'd trust over him. So There's your answer to that.
Agreed.
Peter Gustavo has scored very well 3 of the last 4 matches. Decent form. We talked about Luke Jacobson kind of being the helmet of the back row right now. So he seems to be taking that role over. So Akula's the play now.
Well, someone's got to make up for Akula being good and Quintupaya being out. And Luke Jacobson said, hello.
Hello. On the other side of the coin, for the midfield, ALB, Nankivell, be wary. Brumbies are a tough outfit up the middle. 9 points and 10 points scored by Enor and Havili last week. So that should kind of be the alarm bell there. That's a good midfield if you didn't know that. Chiefs have some gaps last week against the Forest team, not known for its fantasy prowess. So here we go. Brumbies, Mac Hansen. Brumbies seem to be shuffling around the back 3 once again. Solomoni Kato wasn't great and played last week. If Hansen gets his shot this week, that's a thumbs up. Len Ikitau has been solid in the midfield for the Brumbies. Tavita who? And that's definitely a play that I would go with. Godwin scored well last week, and I think Ikitau is better than Godwin. So give it a go. Other side of the coin, Ryan Lonergan. White might be healthy for this one, but if he isn't, Lonergan's not the guy I'm going to go with. If Fines plays over either one of them, that would be the guy to go with. But if it's Lonergan, that's a no for me.
Off to Brisbane in a matchup of champions. Reds Crusaders, the match the Southern Hemisphere match of the weekend.
Yeah, right.
Then the Reds are a decent fantasy defense, and the Crusaders are kind of middling. So it's going to be a pretty much everybody here. I would expect lower points than normal on both sides. So for the Reds, their front row, Fraser McRae, Tate McDermott. Tate McDermott on the other side of that. I'm not saying him as a start. I'm saying him as a
meh.
Yeah, because scrum halves aren't that biggest point scorers anyway. So basically what I'm saying is don't rely on Tate McDermott. Not a good matchup. James O'Connor's a go. Hunter Paisami over Stewart. Jock Campbell and Filippo Delguno always a go. Haggerty not so much. On the Crusaders, as I said, the Reds are a tough fantasy defense. They're basically weak against fly halves, but strong everywhere else. They're really weak against defense, or against fly half, really weak. So as you said, Mo'unga, huge day. Looking like the front row, especially Cody Taylor, should find some space too. And that the back 5, the Havili, Fayinganuku, Reese, Bridge, Jordan.
There's a lot there.
And just throw them out there and because there's going to be 1 or 2 of them that like go gangbusters, and the others are just going to do okay. So you just kind of throw whatever you got out there and hope it's that you win the lottery.
Yeah, pretty much, right? That's how she goes with that back line for sure.
Yeah, especially against this defense, right? They're not going to. They're good. They're going to shut people down, but not everybody. So, it's one guy's going to have 18 and the others are going to have 8. You live with the 8, but
right. But you bank on the 18.
The chance on the 18. Yeah,
yep, absolutely. Yep. You're looking for that. All right. Of the weeks, start of the week for this one. this man's been on fire, and he's motivated to be sure he makes the squad for the international window this July. Since he stormed onto the scene last year, I'm not sure anyone in this competition has been as good as him at his position, bar possibly Harry Wilson. His opposition just surrendered bags of points last week. So my start of the week for week 14 of Super Rugby FRD is All Blacks and Blues, number 8, Hoskins Satutu.
That is, yes, fair. Very fair. I'm going to stay, I think, in that same match. I'm just going a little bit wider. I'm going to go with Rico Ioane.
Oh, man, yeah. That's never a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. Let's put it that way.
Because, he's gonna fucking tear up the Waratahs.
Yeah, I mean,
because like you can't say Richie Mwanga because fuck, you're always gonna no question. But if you're and probably if you have Rico Ioane, you have no question about it. But there's someone out there who's gonna say, I don't know about starting Rico Ioane, and I'm telling him or her start of the week.
Yeah, play him. Don't hesitate.
He's gonna score. Don't worry about it. Don't. No thinking anymore. Just do. Stop
doing that. Sit of the week. I love this guy, but he's not been in good form, and going against tough opposition. Especially for his position. We'll see. I'm really hoping I'm wrong because I actually own him at least once, if not twice. But my sit of the week for week 14 of Super Rugby FRD is All Blacks and Chiefs midfielder Anton Leonard-Brown.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't like that, but okay. I went with a guy who I know you love, and he plays for your team, but he also hasn't been playing well of late, as far as fantasy wise. So my sit of the week is Hurricanes outside back Wes Huson.
Yeah, I know he's kind of drifted off, which is too bad because he used to be a guy that just knew where the try line was and found it on a regular basis, and he's just kind of fallen off, and I have no idea what that was going on.
I don't understand either.
Yep, nope, not in good form. That man is not in good form.
Behind this man.
Yeah, pay the man. Run around the Champi-Yanks League real quick. So we have a big one in the final coming up here. The Champions Cup final is coming up.
Is a new TRM leader. Why aren't we starting with that?
Because we're not there yet. It is Duncan and George for all the marbles in that one. I do have the rankings, so here we are. So the bottom two, I don't believe got any points. So Carrick and myself, we get 0 for this comp. Anton, you both get points. Justin and Mark will both also get points. For this, and then
how does we don't have a 3 versus 4? So how is that working out?
So basically, how you finished in the in the league.
Fair. Okay.
So because I figure that's how you would do it elsewise, not in this. So
true. I'm down with that.
So that's how I landed on that one. So there's that. I'll put the actual points out this week too.
Cool.
But in the Champi-Yanks League last week for Super, it was Justin taking care of George. Carrick got a hold of you, buddy. You ran into a buzzsaw. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, what am I gonna do?
I had like one of those times where you just score way too many points because you don't need them all.
Mm-hmm.
I had over 100 points on Duncan this weekend. Oops. It was 161 to 55. Oopsie. Too many points. Save some for next week.
Yeah.
And then Anton was able to take care of Mark, and was definitely the best matchup of the weekend. They both scored well over 140. So that's a tough one. That's a tough one to eat if you're on the other side of that. Mm-hmm. This weekend for the ultimate round here, we've got, because we're gonna obviously avoid the final, and even the last week is probably a good idea to avoid. So we've got one final week in Champi-Yanks Super. It's me against George. It's Anton against Carrick. It's Duncan against Justin, and it's Mark against Ben. What are we looking at for standings here?
I could keep Mark out if I win.
Ooh, that's enough Duncan, reason for me to play Party Pooper.
Am I playing? No, wait. Who am I playing?
You're playing Mark.
Okay. Oh, then okay. I was looking at the wrong team.
So we have. Yeah, you need to. Can you please beat Mark? Because then I could possibly jump him. Because right now our best teams are George and Justin. They're both
I mean, look,
locked in.
if I score like 300 points, I could make it in still.
Yeah.
So potentially.
I got a shot. So it's like I said, George and Justin, they're both locked in. They're both they both could easily take this week off if they wanted to, but hopefully they don't. Anton and I think Anton and Mark are the next two that are ready to go. But I could chase them down. You could technically chase them down, and so could Duncan. So
Anton is in.
Is he definitely in?
Because he's 7-6. So at the worst, he can finish as 7-7.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, again, Duncan's 200 points behind him. Mark is over 100 points behind him. Okay. So Anton's basically in because they're both 6 and 7, so they would be like tied and all that. So
okay, so Anton's
in
virtually in,
right?
So really, it's that last spot that we're all chasing. Mark holds it right now. Duncan, and then you and me are trying to chase it down. I probably have a more legitimate shot than you do.
Oh, I'm out. There's no way. I have no shot because
and poor Carrick is just sitting on the basement right now.
Unless you lose, I need you to lose because you have a ridiculous amount of points against, or points for.
Well, you need me to. I think you still might need me to beat whoever I'm playing. Who am I playing again?
How is this all working?
I'm losing my mind here. I'm playing George. Never mind.
Yeah. So
yeah, George, the lineup you have right now, just keep it that way, please.
Yeah. So if George beats you, and I win, you
need some other help.
I need some other help. I need Duncan to lose. That's it, and then I'd be in. Because I would have beaten Mark, so he'd be 6 and 8 as well. But I would likely have more. I need to beat him by like 35 points.
Okay,
36 points.
That's not too bad.
Right,
that's doable. All right, so lots of open up there. Unfortunately, the only person that's sitting on the outside looking in definitively is Carrick. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, let's go over to.
I'm on the outside looking in. Let's be fucking honest here.
I mean, yeah, your shot is there, so it's worth taking the shot because.
True.
But yeah, you're damn close. Yep, you have finally jumped to Anton with a pretty damn good score at that. Ben's at the top. I am hunting down Duncan real quick here.
You are.
I did not think I'd be able to, but he's had a couple of stinkers of a week. So
and we still have time to go. We still have, it's not just the
all
end
the way to the final, baby.
Yeah, there's it's not as set as we've been saying.
No, there's a lot to play for here.
You're nosing your way back into the top 4 or top 3, like
trying to get there.
Yeah,
inching my way there slowly but surely. I think I had the best week in the league. I did.
You did.
I did. And Sam Simmons captaining helped.
Yeah.
So yeah,
a lot.
I am like not even 60 points behind Duncan. So this is going to get interesting here. But we got the week off here.
You're closer to Duncan than Anton is to me.
How about that?
Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah, because he
had a butt week.
He had a real butt week for sure. 395. That's never a good score unless everybody's.
No, well, he captained Jesper Wiese.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that hurts. All right.
It's funny though. Picks. Sorry.
And I jumped you and pick him. Yes.
Son of a bitch.
The ogre takes the lead.
I'll be back.
We'll see. Okay.
I'll show you all.
Here we go. Yeah, not so many games this weekend. Next weekend. Hurricanes, Rebels. I'm gonna take my Canes.
I'm taking your Canes as well.
Force Highlanders. I was impressed with the Force, but man, Mitch Hunt and Nareki and Ioanni's back on the bench for that Highlanders team. That makes me feel really good about taking them. So I'm gonna take the Highlanders.
So the Highlanders were at home, and now they're again flying all the way out to the Force. I'm taking the Force.
Okay.
The Highlanders are the Highlanders aren't as good as the Chiefs at this point. So and the Chiefs. We saw what happened. It was just one kick away. So I think and now it's the Highlanders coming in and that long ass trip and away match fans and all that. And yeah, I'm gonna take the Force.
Sure. Blues and Taz. Blues. Chiefs and Brumbies.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna take the Brumbies. They're not traveling that far, and the Chiefs have to come back. Like the Brumbies are staying in New Zealand.
Yeah, but it's still a home match for the Chiefs, and they're going to want to.
And they pushed the Crusaders pretty hard last week.
Right.
With that.
So let's see. Yeah. Hey, there it is. I'm just gonna mostly because I'm back in my team.
Fair enough. Reds and Crusaders. This is in Australia.
In Brisbane.
Oh, can the mighty Crusaders be toppled?
Well, yeah, they can. We saw it happen earlier this season. It's on the road.
You know what? I think that stadium's going to be rocking. So I'm gonna back the Brad Thorne's team. They got to feel pretty begrudged about last week, and not feel good about the way that went. So I'm gonna take the Reds. This is a tough one. This should be a good match. So
there's no wrong answer. I'm just thinking about this from a tactical standpoint because now I'm behind. I could use this as a chance to but we already have one that we're disagreeing on.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We already have one. Do I want to make it? I want to put myself in a potentially bigger hole? That's really where I am right now. I'm going to leave it at fuck. But how do you pick against the Crusaders? It should be an easy, it should be just an easy. Yeah, that's. But I also think the Reds can win, so I'm going to go with the Reds.
Yeah. Okay.
If any of the teams can do it, it's the Reds, and they're going to want to I think they're going to want this game more than the Crusaders, to be honest. So.
They may. Yeah. Like I said, they won't feel good about the way last week went either, so that doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Big one on the weekend. La Rochelle and Toulouse. Unfortunately, my kids have my high school team has a match during this, so I'm gonna have to watch it afterwards.
Oh no! I'm gonna text you so many spoilers,
and I'm gonna turn my phone off. I picked these guys to potentially get to the final, if not win. So I'm taking Toulouse.
Yeah, I'm taking Toulouse.
Yep.
Because Dupont and Intimac.
Best players on the field are on Toulouse right now.
And Olivon.
No Olivon. Wrong one.
Oh, because
too long.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. He was on my list of things and shouldn't have been. It was French players, not so much Toulouse, but so he showed up and I was like, oh, okay.
No.
Not.
Yeah, he plays for Toulon. The other one.
The other two. So yeah, no. Anyway, like I said, a little drunk. Just naming names that are on my screen. Oh, that guy. Yeah, he must.
That never ends poorly, right?
Right, exactly. Because I'm like, well, I know. Yeah, obviously Intimac, obviously Dupont, and that's really all that you need to say anyway. So I should have just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you could have stopped at
that. I could have, but I didn't have the ability.
Yeah, didn't have the ability. Okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be so much fun. And I hope we see Colby unleashed, and it should be fun. So and there'll be fans at that one and the Challenge Cup the night before too. So that'll be awesome.
Oh yeah, we'll get the Challenge Cup match too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
On who was that?
The cock of the P.
Oh no, but it's like, is Leicester in that?
Yeah, Leicester and Montpellier.
Oh, that should be a good one too.
Go TT.
Yeah.
And Lazowski.
Certainly Laz too.
Yeah. Too.
So Toulouse, they're gonna win this.
Yeah, I think
it's gonna be fun.
They've done this before. If not, we'll have another first-time European champion.
And as much as I love Dupont and Intimac, I will have no problem rooting for La Rochelle if they start taking the lead. I have no allegiances here.
Yeah,
none.
That's how she goes.
I just want to see good rugby.
Same. Okay. Well, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. FantasyRugbyPodcast@gmail.com. If you have questions, tweet at Ben or I if needed. If you need anything for start sit. Other than that, we'll catch you on the other side, and we will break down all the fun stuff that happens at Twickenham between the two French teams. So until next time, we will catch you guys then. Enjoy yourself and talk soon. Have a good one.
Later.
Cheers.